The first argument is the discount rate. The second argument is the future cash flows. Add the period 0 cash flow. So it's negative. So we would actually not accept this project, correct? All right. Now, of course, if we had a different gross margin, 60%, this project would have been acceptable. 55 borderline. Since it's parametric, I'm not going to worry about it too much. These are my inputs. Now, we will start thinking about possible variation for our forecasts. Today, in this simple scenario, I'm going to assume that the only thing that is uncertain is the annual sales. Assume that except for annual sales, we have 100% confidence in all of our inputs. I know that's not realistic, but I want to highlight something. Suppose there is a 30% chance that annual sales will be 7 million, and 40% chance that they will be 10 million, and 30% chance that they will be 13 million. Again, for this simple case, after year 1, all uncertainty will be resolved. You know, right now, you're making a projection before there is even a product in the market, right? That's based on some sort of marketing survey. Once you put the product in the market, you will see the actual demand. So you're going to find out whether it's 7, 10, or 13. Okay? If it turns out that it is 13, I don't think we're going to have any problem. You know. Let's go back to our original 50. If it is indeed 13 million, we would like this project to go ahead. That means after year 1, we will make a decision to either continue with the project or abandon the project. So let's assume that if we abandon the project, we can salvage the undepreciated amount at the time we are abandoning it. So after year one, I depreciated only 20%. Since I use that machinery only for 1 year, I can actually sell it. Again, I'm making it simple. Hence, after year one, I can sell the equipment for initial, what you want to call it, costs for $16 million, which will be its book value, hence no additional taxes involved. Again, I'm doing this to keep things simple, to highlight the role for the value of the option to abandon. So if we abandon, if the 7 million case happens, the first year we will have the cash flow associated with that. After that, if we continue the same cash flow as before, with 7 million sales, but if we decide to abandon, we will have an additional 16 million at the end of year one, and nothing afterwards, because I closed up the shop. Again, I'm making things arbitrarily extremely simple. I'm assuming there is no cost to closing the shop. All I have to do is sell the equipment at a depreciated value. It's like you bought a car 1 year from today, you decided it wasn't for you, okay? You just sold the car and you got some money. We will calculate as of end of year one, value of continuing project and decide if you want to continue. Now let's think about it. This is the general case. I'm going to copy this to a new sheet. Let's call this 7 million case. Those are going to stay the same, but let's do this. NPV if stay, or if continue. I mean, at that point, we have already spent the money. We have already spent the 20 million. So if you continue, that's going to be NPV at 10% for the next 4 years. Okay. So as of end of year one, if the sales are indeed 7 million a year, if I continue, value of that as of end of year one to me is 11 million. Okay. NPV if abandoned. In this case, the initial cost minus the first year depreciation, 16 million. So we launched the product at the end of year one. We realized that this was a done, okay, in terms of sales. And we are re-evaluating our options. If we continue, this is going to bring us cash flow that's worth 11.4 million as of that time. But if I scrap the project, I can recover some of my initial investment and get back 16. What do you think I will do? It is a rhetorical question. Value to abandon is higher. That means let's do this. If value to abandon is greater than value to continue, abandon, otherwise continue.